News. Now, hey, just haven't done a little post in a while, so we thought with the events of this week with raids in New York and gassings of the last weekend in Syria, and the attacks in Syria last night from America, France, and England, with the missiles and whatnot. There's all kinds of things going on that can distract us from the real simple thing of just talking about the Lord, sharing His good news. We have all kinds of problems and troubles in our lives, and it may seem impossible to be able to take care of any of them things. But I was reading this morning in Luke chapter 1, and we see the story of Zacharias and Elizabeth. And they're old and they want a kid, and they've been probably praying this thing for the Lord to do in their lives for years and years. And then finally the Lord comes to them and tells them, you're going to have a son. We know the story. John the Baptist becomes their child. But the thing is they go through all this time, and they feel like maybe the Lord isn't answering their prayers. And it's the same thing for us. We see all kinds of things going on in the world, whether they're bombings or just our personal lives with health and maybe wealth and other kinds of issues that can happen. God is still on the throne, and He's still doing and taking care of things. Now, you'll hear preachers and you'll hear all kinds of commentators saying, oh, World War III is about to start. Well, if we really look at it, World War III is always about to start. The Bible tells us that these things are going to happen. The Bible shares with us. Jesus said to Himself that there will be great pestilence and disasters, wars and rumors of wars in the world. But what does He tell us when he rises again and He goes to the disciples? He tells them to go what? Preach the good news. The joy of His coming, the second coming, the joy of salvation. You know, things might seem impossible around us, but back to Luke chapter 1, the verse that stuck out to me the most is in Luke 1:37. And it says this: everything around us may be impossible, but with God, nothing is impossible. And that's what I want us to hear tonight. Everything is going to be taken care of and worked out. Everything's going to be made perfect. Psalm 139:14 says this: I will praise you. That's us. We're going to praise the Lord, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And that's what I want to leave us with. You are wonderfully made. I am wonderfully made. Everything around us is exactly the way the Lord designed it. But there's people that need to hear the good news of salvation. And when we're banging the drums of war or World War III, scaring people, that isn't giving them hope in the Lord. So this week, let us not just look at the things going around us, but look at the things that people need. And that's Jesus. They need the hope of heaven.